Hello and a warm welcome from Hospice Education. Today I'm joined by Dr. Siobhan Workman, who is leading our upcoming masterclass on the subject of meeting the person and not the category. Hi Siobhan, thanks for sitting down with me today. Perhaps you could just tell us what the title of this masterclass means and why it's so important in end-of-life care today.
Of course, Leanne, and thank you for inviting me to share some information. It's really about how we show up for people when they're at the most vulnerable, not as experts or policy followers, but as humans in relationships. Because dying isn't shaped by job titles or pathways, it's shaped by how safe people feel with us.
And I guess many healthcare professionals work with people from a wide range of sort of cultural, faith and personal backgrounds. So, what are some of the challenges that can arise when we make assumptions rather than truly getting to know the individual?
So I think some of the challenges certainly would be things like time pressure, hierarchy, and also the fear of saying the wrong thing, which often pushes us into labeling people or seeing the illness before the person.
Sure.
And that can make people hide parts of their lives or avoid care. So, really, cultural humility asks us to notice those moments and choose to do something slightly differently.
And this masterclass focuses on cultural humility rather than cultural competence. So, what's the difference and why does that distinction matter?
I'm glad you asked that question. So, cultural competence is actually about learning about groups. However, it can create false confidence, such as, I already understand you. Whereas cultural humility is actually relational, it accepts uncertainty, stays curious, and asks us to be self aware, reflexive, and open to unlearning, and probably more importantly, the unlearning.
Sure. And without giving too much away, what are one or two practical insights that attendees of the masterclass can expect to take back into their practice immediately?
So, in sharing a simple framework that has been put together, that allows us as healthcare professionals to create small pauses in our practice,
Mhm.
such as taking that pause to think, what am I assuming here? Asking ourselves or asking the other person, what matters to you?
Mm.
And then reflecting on that. What did I miss? It shifts us from, I understand this group, to actually, I want to understand the person.
Great. And who would benefit most from attending this session that you're running?
Well, I would say that actually anybody working in healthcare, whether that's in a clinical role, non clinical, administrative, fundraising, but probably in particular for those who are patient facing a lot of the time.
Okay.
There is actually a role for cultural humility in everything we do, both in and out of work or in our professional roles.
Okay, and finally, if you're a busy medical professional wondering whether to join this masterclass, what would you say to encourage them to sign up?
Oh, well, that's always a tricky one. But I would say if you're busy, that's exactly why this matters.
Okay,
Because cultural humility helps us, the individual, make every moment with patients count, even the brief ones. It's not about doing more, it's actually about creating deeper connection in the time that you already have. If you want your care to feel more human, more grounded, and more meaningful, this session will hopefully give you what you need.
thank you, Siobhan. The masterclass sounds absolutely fantastic. So, the masterclass Meeting the Person, Not the Category will take place on the 2nd of December between 6 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. and will explore practical approaches to building trust, improving inclusion, and delivering more person centered end of life care. We'd absolutely love you to join us. Bookings can be made via our website. Thanks, Siobhan. Really appreciate your time today.
You're welcome.